Good morning, YouTube family and friends. Hope you had a good week. My week was, well, it was better than last week, but that's not saying a whole lot. So, all right, today is Saturday, June 29th, 2024, and this is week 14 results on Mounjaro. And this video is going to be mostly focused on Bell's palsy versus MG. The Myasthenia Gravis. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's an awkward word. So yeah, we'll go over the medical stuff from this last week for you. I know last week I sounded like I kind of got down towards the end of the video. So, but I'm in a chipper mood, or better than last week. I'm sorry, I just don't talk very well on these things. I get tongue tied, or I lose my train of thought, or I want to say something, then I start talking about something else and I get all twisted up. And yeah, I'm sure if you guys, if you consistently watch my weekly videos, I'm sure you're used to it by now. So, but yeah, and then we'll also at the end get to this week's weight results. As yeah, I know I'm not focusing a whole lot on weight at this point with all these other medical issues going on, but okay. I did have my primary doctor follow-up appointment this last week on Tuesday, and from my we went over what happened the week before, the ER visit, and yeah, and she's leaning towards that I have Bell's palsy and not MG. We're calling it MG. A lot better than try to say Myasthenia Gravis or Gravis, Gravis, but according to the website, it's pronounced Gravis. So we'll just say MG. MG's better. She she looked at it, and I still got a droopy eye. You can tell. You can see this one eyelid is pushed up, and this one's not. It's still droopy. It's better. I just woke up a little bit ago and took a shower, and so it's better after rest. But last night, if you saw the picture on the main page of it, that picture was from last night after I got home from driving Uber. I drove Uber for the first time last night in almost 2 weeks, because they also got me on new medications, which we'll talk about and whatnot. But I did try to drive Uber for the first time last night. And I drove 5 hours. That was, of course, after working all day at my main job. I work at a desk job. I would look at a computer all day long, so my eyes get pretty strained just being on the computer all day long. And then having to drive, and I'm constantly looking at mirrors, looking at my phone for the Uber app, and driving Uber requires a lot of eye movement. So your eyes can get tired in general. So, but to have whatever's going on with me going on, I'm not kidding you. Last night, I decided to stop. It was about I started driving Uber about 5:45 in the afternoon, because I work till 4:30 in the afternoon at my main job, and of course I work from home on Fridays, so I was at home working, and logged off and went in. As soon as I logged off from work, I went out in my car and logged onto Uber app and started driving. And I went till about 9:30. So it was about 5 hours I drove last night. But my right eye started to go blurry on me. And of course, I have LASIK surgery done, and I have monovision, where my right eye is geared to see distance, and my left eye is geared to like read. So it's called monovision. And so my eyes are purposely set differently with the LASIK surgery. It's called monovision, to where distance, shortness to read. And so when my right eye starts to go blurry on me, I can't just close it and just look at my left eye. I could, but then things are going to be blurry anyway, because this eye is geared for up close instead of right eye being distance. So on top of that, the whole my eye upper eyelid and my up to my eyebrow, it felt super heavy. It's like, okay, if I just relax and don't try to focus everything. And it feels like they're weighted down, like they're wanting, like it's like a heavy blanket that's wanting to go down on you. Let me rephrase that. They're dropping on you. So it's like, okay, if I don't try to keep them open like this, if I just relax, even right now, if I just relax, the pressure, it feels like it's super heavy and just wants to drop. So, and right now I feel it a little bit, but last night it was majorly. So it's like I wanted to drop. I could easily close my eyes because the pressure, the heaviness was just so bad that you say you can still, you definitely see it still, and it's happening on was happening on both eyes, and that gets me to what my primary doctor says. The reason, I'm sorry if the camera shakes a little bit. I have it on my stand on my bed and not my desk, so every time I move, I'm sitting in my bed, so my phone moves on the stand. So I'm sorry if this video is a little shaky at times because I'm moving on my bed, so that camera moves. So, but anyway, my primary doctor stated that since the episode that happened that caused me to go to the ER, it was just on one side of the face. It was on my right side. Everything seemed a little droopy. And the fact that she did the the eye, the IPAC test, where she had me put some ice on my eyeball. And if you do that, if you leave it on there for a couple minutes, if it's MG, the eyelid should raise back up a little bit. You're supposed to measure it, take a measurement. And she didn't measure it, and it was only on there less than a minute. I don't think it was even on there a full minute, and she had me remove it. And she's like, nope, no change. I didn't say this, but I was like, okay, it wasn't even a minute yet. You're supposed to do it for a few minutes, and aren't you supposed to take a measurement, like a ruler or something, to gauge how far up and down it is? And she didn't do any of that. So I told her I still think it's MG. My symptoms fit more with MG versus Bell's palsy. And Bell's palsy, you don't really get diagnosed with it. It's just, okay, if you eliminate everything else, it's Bell's palsy. So, but yeah, I still think it's MG. But she said, "Oh, let's go ahead and do a blood test if you want." And I said, "Yes." Always, I want the blood test done to check for MG. So always, I'll just obsess over it. So she's like, "Okay, no problem." So we did the blood test on it. Unfortunately, the blood test takes like 6 to 8 days to come back. So it was last Tuesday, so I won't get the results of that until probably next Wednesday or Thursday. But of course, next Thursday is 4th of July, and so there's a very good chance I won't get the results back on that until the week of the July 8th. Hate waiting that long. But not to mention, though, with MG, there's a good chance that the results will come back negative anyway because it's checking for like certain antibodies in your blood. I guess if you have MG, this what happens with MG, that produces some type of antibodies or something that attacks the signal, and that's what's going on with the nerve and the muscle. There's like the signal's not going or something. It's weird. So so I have the droopy eyelids and MG, ocular MG. The For any MG though, the beginning symptoms of it is a droopy eyelid and one or both eyes. She said no, it needs to be happening on both. No, what I read online on credible websites, you got uh oh yeah, WebMD. I also checked the Mayo Clinic website. The legitimate websites say it could happen on both or just one. So I told her that, and she's like, no. So I'm not trusting my primary doctor on this one. Normally I trust her on things, but not on this one, because MG is just so it doesn't happen very often. So a lot of your primary doctors aren't traversed well. They don't have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to MG, and so, but she is treating me. She is treating me like I have Bell's palsy. So I'm on 2 new medications. I'm on the medication to treat Bell's palsy. It's a 1 pill 5 times a day for 7-day treatments. It's like it's treating it like it's a virus. So and this medicine has side effects of being really tired and whatnot. So I am having some side effects on that. Dizziness. I am having some side effects of that. Let me get my prescription here. So I had to hold my phone so it didn't move too much on me. All right, so for the Bell's palsy, she's got me on acyclovir. ACYCLOVIR. It's 800 milligram tablets, and I take 5 times one tablet 5 times a day for 7 days, so it's like a 7-day treatment. This stuff is like treating a virus. A lot of the viruses that I guess are herpes viruses, but I guess it's just a common virus that is part of the herpes. Like I don't have herpes, folks. It's not even possible. If you know me, yeah, no, I don't do anything with any. Yeah, that's not possible. But I guess it's commonly treated for all that because it's treated for the virus itself. So she thinks some type of virus. No, I don't think so. But I'm on it. But I don't like the side effects with this. That's the reason why I've not been driving Uber is because of the side effects of this stuff. Not to mention just my eyes being tired, working all day on the computer at work. That wears your eyes out, and then to have the strain of driving itself, and you're driving hours on end. You know, looking at your mirrors, looking at your cell phone for the Uber app, and it's just it wears on your eyes big time. But then I'm also on another new medication. Uh, I don't want to get to that yet. Let's talk more about uh, Bell's palsy is pretty much affects one side of the face, and should get better in a few weeks to a few months. And it's only supposed to happen once. There are some cases where you can get Bell's palsy a second time if it's common in your family. But for the most part, once you get Bell's palsy once, you don't get it again. Well, the videos I seen on social media, like on YouTube and stuff, people have major droopiness. They can't smile. Like one side of is just use muscle function on the whole side, and I didn't have that. Yeah, I had a little droopiness down here, but it was mainly in my eye, and I had double vision. So I have droopiness, I have double vision, I sometimes have blurriness, and the double vision is when my left eye goes haywire. So to me, that singling both eyes too. On top of that, so even though my droopiness is only happening on one eye, my double vision is where it's my left eye. It's like going upward, or maybe that one's staying stationary. It's my left eye going down, my right eye going downward. But it seems like when the double vision happens, it's my left eye that's the image goes higher. That gives me the double vision because they're not in sync no more. So if it's Bell's palsy, it's only happening on one eye, but why is my double vision happening? Because my left eye is going out of whack. So that's another reason why I think it's MG and not Bell's palsy. But anybody watching this video, have you had Bell's palsy before? Or have you had MG? What's your thoughts on this? So I do have balance issues. That's another thing that you can have with MG is you can have balance issues, and I do when I walk. Sometimes I lose balance. I get off kiltered. It's not like I'm dizzy or anything. I just lose balance. It's like my equilibrium goes out of whack. And I dealt with that for quite a while, so that maybe that's unrelated. But yeah, what's your guys' thoughts on this? Bell's palsy versus MG. Uh, Even if my tests come back negative, there's still a chance I have MG. It's just that there's not the antibodies in my blood work yet, or it's different types. There's so many different types of stuff that can be in your blood that the test can't test for everything, or it's not recognizable. So I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts? Put in the comments what your guys' thoughts are. Is it Bell's palsy, or is it MG? Again, my symptoms are droopy eyelid, double vision. My eye just goes blurry, and that blurriness could be that double vision it's happening, but not quite as bad, but causing the blurriness a little bit because it gets off kilter just a little bit. That it could look like it's blurry because it's like the images is still there, but it's just a little off, which it could cause it to be blurry. It's just when it goes off big time is when you get the double vision, but a little off is just blurriness. So what's your guys' thoughts on that? All right, next up, is no, my blood work from last Friday, no, day after I went to the ER. I already had an appointment to check out my other test, which I talked about last week in my last week's video. Uh, she did put me on. She does think I have hypothyroidism starting. I'm still I'm still in the normal range, but at the very top of normal range, and it's been a steady incline. And with my bradycardia getting worse, no, my low heart rate, it's getting worse. She does think I have hypothyroidism, so she went ahead and started me on a new medication for that. And it's just one pill a day, and it's called level thyroxine. Levothyroxin. It's 25 mcg tablets. So it's just one a day. Treat me for it's a small dose. It's to treat it like I do have hypothyroidism. Hopefully we're catching it early on if that is the case. But yeah, I guess reading up on this and having people who have thyroid issues, they said yeah, it's something to get the right dose on. So I'm supposed to be monitored. I'll talk to her when I get my MG results back. I'll talk to the doctor's office because normally you have a follow up and like oh like in 6 weeks or something. I can't remember. People tell me usually you want follow up with it because you have to get the right dose of this stuff because it can cause other issues if you don't have the right dose of it. So I don't know a whole lot about that. I just know hypothyroidism sounds legit because of my bradycardia getting worse and having low heart rate. And that's one of the side effects of having hypothyroidism. And that's another thing. If I have MG, it can affect that as well. It's a that there's a not a thyroid but lumos whatever. There's a little thing in your chest that no, if you have MG, there's a chance that could be enlarged or there's tumors on it and stuff, and that might have to come out, and that could potentially cause thyroid issues. So that's another reason why I think it might be MG. So all right, I don't have much more than that. This week for medical on Wednesday, I have my follow with the hematologist just to follow up. I'm sure that he'll do blood work on it again just to see where everything's at. I'd be interested to see where my platelet count is at because the ER had my platelet count dropping and my enzymes increasing. So, but my primary doctor did tell me that it could be just the stress of the ER. No, I wasn't feeling well. Uh, my heart rate was down to 40 in the ER, so I was really low for a heart rate. And the stress of the ER and not feeling well, that could cause my numbers to rise up that, just for that one time. So it'll be interesting what they are again. This Wednesday will be like 2 weeks since the ER visit. I went to ER on a Thursday and Wednesday, so that's pretty almost 2 weeks, a day shy of 2 weeks, or you could say technically 2 weeks. So then see what my numbers are at, see if it was just a one-time thing because I was stressed out and not feeling well, or are my liver enzymes going up with my liver cirrhosis and my platelet count going down further because I have an enlarged spleen due to my liver cirrhosis. So yeah. Then the week after that, my tooth is not achy as much because I have a crown. No, I have a crown, and then I have a temper crown next to that, and the temp crown is on a tooth that they think might need a root canal. But I've been having a lot of achiness on the. It feels like it's coming on the tooth next to it, even though the X-ray shows that underneath the root of my back tooth, that has the temp crown on is where it looks like it might be having issues and might need a root canal. But the achiness has been coming from the tooth, or at least it's feeling like it's coming from the tooth next to it. Maybe it is coming from that tooth that they think it needs a root canal, and it's just in a spot where it feels like it's the tooth next to it. I don't know. Well, I'll talk to him. I'll talk to the dentist so that I have the dentist on Friday the 12th. So, but yeah, that's that's all for medical right now. With this week's results, nothing mind blowing. I stepped on a scale this morning, still at 225. So it was a 0 for week 14 results for weight loss or weight gain. So still at just 11 pounds lost for 14 weeks being back on Mounjaro. I'm at the smallest dose. I meant to ask the doctor if we can go ahead and go up to go up to 5.0 dose. I want to go up. I know there's a chance that could have a hard time getting the higher dose. And my A1C is still pretty much okay, but I want to go on a higher dose for the weight loss benefits of it. I need more help. I've done nothing but lay around this last couple of weeks. I haven't got no exercise. I did try to go for a walk at lunchtime this week twice, and that was a mistake because that just wore me out. So in the afternoon, at work, because I was in the office and I was just so tired. Oh my god, man, with my eyes being tired, and oh, it was not good. So I can't go on walks at lunch right now because it zapped me. So that's another reason why I think it's MG. No, MG is more muscle related. No, you have muscle tiredness on your legs, arms, or whatnot. I wasn't feeling that, but I was feeling super, super tired. It could be just from my eyes. So when your eyes are tired, it just makes you feel tired. So, but okay, that's all I got for you. Sorry, folks. I didn't intend to this week's video to be super long. Right now we're at a little over 21 minutes. Sorry. I just have a habit of talking and making long videos. So hopefully you stuck to it this long. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to make sure you get notified on my weekly videos when I post updates, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and feel free to share it for any, especially if you have anybody that's dealing with Bell's palsy or MG in your family or friend group. Let them know about this video, or share this video with them so they can see, so maybe they can provide some insight to me. Or if they're new, they're in the beginning stages of it as well, maybe we can bounce thoughts with each other on it. Just really interesting to see other people dealing with it. Either one, Bell's palsy or MG, to see. So I want to figure this out, what I have. And if that blood test comes back negative, it's still going to be in my head that I have MG. So I obsess sometimes with that. But okay, we're going to end the video there. Enjoy life, folks. Tell your loved ones you love them. You never know what's going to happen in your life, in their lives. So enjoy, and just enjoy life. I have 2 weeks until, not 2 weeks, I wish 2 weeks. I have 2 months until my next cruise. Next cruise is August 25th. So yeah, I have a little bit of time before I get to enjoy vacation again. So, all right, we'll talk to you later. Have a good one.